The NFL's not worrying about perfection. They're not worried about optics. They don't care about Twitter. Twitter seeks perfection. Everybody's a genius on Twitter. If you misspell a word, you're a bum. That's not real life. Real life is we misspeak, we have opinions, sometimes we're wrong, sometimes we're offensive. That's real life. And with this virus, you can't seek perfection. The NFL's not. The free agency, people criticized it, the optics. NFL said, we can't worry about optics. We got to worry about business. They did it, and it was a huge hit. And they're also going to go on with the draft, which they should. Listen, part of this is the NFL got a big break. It falls out of season. I mean, if you can get a break with this, it's during the baseball and the NBA season. So they're going to get to watch people in other leagues and other smart leaders, Adam Silver, Rob Manfred, the MLS, NHL, kind of watch them navigate it, and they're probably going to find positions they like and some mistakes they'll avoid. But what they're doing with free agency is strength over doomsday. What they're doing with the draft is strength and optimism over doomsday. What they're going to do with the season right now, stop talking about canceling the season. It's absurd. The free agency period was a home run. It made people happy. The draft is the most optimistic 5, 6, 7-day stretch the NFL season has. If you don't understand the psychological ramifications of 15% unemployment, forget now. What about in 6 months? Unemployment, losing jobs has a very impactful negative psychological ramification. You're seeing domestic violence cases spike during this. Kids getting in situations that are devastating physically because of frustrated parents. Optimism matters. The NFL draft is the only 5 to 6 days of the year on the NFL calendar that nobody loses. Everybody wins. Chicago wins. Tampa Bay wins. Philadelphia wins. Seattle wins. Green Bay wins. There's no whiffs for 5 days. Even though 30% of the players will whiff or underachieve, Bears fans really believe that fifth-round linebacker is going to win the division. It's optimistic. It's based on hope. It's incredibly impactful and incredibly powerful. And we need that right now. You can't just hide and run from stuff like this. You have to manage it. Now, I think social distancing is showing positive effects, and I am all for it. California was the first in on it, and we're seeing some real benefits from it. So I believe in social distancing. But I also believe the economy matters, and unemployment's scary, and the psychological effects on, children matter. So you have to just figure out how to manage it, not hide from it for the next 8 months. And the NFL is saying, listen, free agency's a phone business. We're going to do it. The draft is 95% of it's a phone business. We're going to do it. You can be socially isolated and do that stuff. It matters. It's amazing to me that people are offended at some sort of moral outrage to acknowledge we not only have a health crisis, A, but B, we have an economic crisis very, very soon, if not now. It's real. It's not immoral to acknowledge that. It's not immoral to acknowledge the psychological benefits of turning on a television for 5 days and feeling great about yourself and being distracted and getting off your phone. I mean, I'll give you a great example. Hollywood right now is mostly shut down. I don't think Hollywood's ever been more valuable to America. I mean, you can be an actor and sit on, social media all day and crap on our government. Go for it. But I am seeing the funniest comedians, the most brilliant singers. I'm watching Hollywood flourish. Hollywood is a huge benefit right now to America. I'm sitting home last night watching stand-up comedy, documentaries that make me feel good and distract me. If you don't see the benefit, I know you conservatives don't like all those liberals in Hollywood. I get it. They are helping me get through it. Singers, songwriters, artists, celebrities. They're funny. They're creative. That's why they're not accountants. They're getting us through this. If you don't think there's an advantage to what the singers out there and the songwriters and the artists and the comedians are doing, you're out of your mind. I can't help you. They have a huge impact right now. This is not just a physical dimension. There is a psychological ramification. There is an emotional ramification. And there's an economic ramification. I'm not going to put them in any order. Obviously, getting through this virus which is really, really punitive on people 70 years or older with underlying medical conditions. But the draft is nothing but hope. People laugh at me all the time. I've known guys for years who are like, you're so into the draft. You're such a draft dork. And I'm like, it makes me feel good. I'm a guy. I like architecture. I like building stuff. And I like recruiting. And part of it, recruiting makes me feel good. If my favorite teams get players. And the draft makes me feel good. You're telling me in 3 weeks we couldn't use 4 days of feeling good? Fantasy, hope, not concrete evidence your team's going to be good, but a little positive influence on all of us. The USA needs it. We need it. We need Hollywood right now. I don't care what political party you're in. We need dancers and songwriters and comedians and actors and funny people. John Legend, get on Twitter and do something smart and funny. And David Spade and all the comedians that make me laugh. I mean, people can sit around crap on the government, but entertainers, just the word, entertainers, the entertainment industry. There's a responsibility to me at some level to do it, and you're great at it. And I am pro-draft, anti-doomsday. We'll get through it. And I think the psychology of the draft is clearly a benefit for people. I really, really do. I know as a fan, it's one of my favorite times of the year because nobody loses. The Bears win, the Packers win, the Vikings win, and the Lions win. All of them in the NFC North, they all win. The Browns win, the Bengals are rarely happy. They're going to be so happy in Cincinnati on draft weekend. The whole city's we got the next great player. We got the next Brady. Bad teams feel good about themselves. Lousy fan bases feel good about them. Jacksonville will feel great about itself. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.